Welcome to the Celtic Craft Studio. I'm Terry, and today we are going to flip through the document journals that we've been working on. So let's get started, but stick with me because at the end of this video, we're going to have some decisions to make, and I need your input. So wait until the flip through, and then we'll kind of have a show and tell, and you'll have to help me make a decision. I'm not going to say anything more than that. All right, let's start with this one. Have I piqued your curiosity? All right, let's start with this one that we worked on. We did most of the work on this one. I was going to put a metal frame on here, but you know, I love those flowers, so I decided I wouldn't. And I did decide to put a picture with a paper frame. I got paper frames from Temu. I don't do a lot of shopping on Temu, but occasionally I find things that are interesting and I think, oh, I could use that. So I got several packs of these kind of antique looking paper frames, and that was perfect for that. So there you go. Beautiful doily. Let's open her up and see what we've got. All right, and remember, here, let me get my piece of paper. This is Medieval Mirage on Etsy, and this is a document journal. I think it's her first document journal kit because I don't think I've ever seen one before, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's called French Rococo Rhapsody. Marie Antoinette and Ladies in Waiting. So we have lots of beautiful ladies from that era. And we have roses. That was our other theme, roses. And Italian book page. All right. So we have a lot of that in here. Here we have a pocket. Got a little embellishment up here. I decided I had book page here too, but it was pretty chunky. And let me tell you, I mean, with the ribbon, it helps, okay? But without the ribbon, it's pretty chunky. So if you want, and this was kind of my intention, when you get your document journal, if you want to take all this Italian paper out, you certainly can, and it'll give you more room. And you can use the Italian book page in ephemera or your own journals. So you'll have some book page to play with. Italian book page. All right, and then I did go through, as I mentioned, I went through and put stamps on all of the postcards. So there she is. We've got a postcard, journaling card. We have a belly band, copy dyed paper. I love the colors. If you love blue and pink, this is a kit for you. And as I said, her kits are rather large. They may seem expensive to you, but like I said, I got 4 document journals out of it. So I certainly got my money's worth. An Italian book page that I folded up, turned into a pocket. You guys helped me make some decisions in that when I'm talking to you, ideas come to my mind and I think, wow, I could do that. So thank you. Thank you for listening, being my sounding board. All right, we worked on these 2 fold outs, and as you'll recall, this one opens and there's a pocket place for journaling, and then we're going to put this teeny little paper clip back on. It has a memory now though, so it's easier. All right, there's a pocket that we put some lace on. Beautiful flowered lace here at the bottom. And then we made some tags. As you'll recall, we made tags out of background paper. This was background paper. I printed it on cardstock, put lines on the back so you have a place to journal, and then I decorated them. So once again, she does have an add-on kit, and I did use several of the add-on pieces. But, you know, if you run out or you want something different, use your imagination. Terry says that a lot. I think I was taught that from a young age. Use your imagination. I'll give you an example. I always wanted a kitchen. And as a child, I wanted, you know, those little play kitchens. And I never got a play kitchen, but I got a chalkboard. So I drew 4 burners on the chalkboard and put my little tea set on my chalkboard, and that was my little kitchen set. So use your imagination. All right. And then I talked about bundling papers together. I wanted to put a rose, but I didn't want to stick it up here. So I bundled together an Italian book page, a journaling card, and I hooked the rose down here. Then we tuck it under the... I like the way that looks. Here's our envelope. Inside we have some more paper. Italian book page. All right, there's another little bundle of goodies. I'd be excited just to get all this Italian book page. I love using this stuff in ephemera. And if you watch Rachel, she's a good one to show you how to use all this book page. She uses book page for a lot of things. In fact, a lot of the book pages I purchased from Rachel. And some of these are Rachel papers even. There's some more coffee dyed. Another bundle. There's our other pocket. I want to make sure you see her face, so I position this correctly. All right. Ah, beautiful, beautiful. Now this is printed coffee dyed paper. So there are a lot of kits out there that people sell of coffee dyed paper. So you could download it. You could even make it. Or you can go get it from Nell. Now I ask you, which one sounds easier? All right. There's another postcard that we put a stamp on. Italian book page. This is our page here. I love the handwriting. Whoever that was had beautiful handwriting. Here's another one of our bundles. You know, I don't think my bundle, I'll have to go back and look. Belly band. And this one doesn't have anything on it because it has that cool castle there. And the last page. All right, let's go back because I think my front bundle did not have a paper clip on it. I think it's up here. This did not get a paper clip. Well, I caught that. See, it always helps to go through, even if you do it right before if you're going to give it to somebody, you're going to mail it out, make sure you go through it, because sometimes you find things that you forgot. All right, so I'm going to do these together and then put that under there. All right. Now I'm happy. All right, so I will tie the bow on later so you don't have to watch that little process. Let me put her aside. We'll go through this one. I love the pink flowers on this one. It just went perfect to me with the beautiful lady at the top. Once again, she's pretty chunky, so you might want to take some things out and use them in your own journals. And she's a little different in that we used some different graphics here and there. You'll see as you make journals, they all kind of have a life of their own, even if they're similar to something else. I put a few more of these ladies in. Remember, we made the frames with the ladies in them, which you will see shortly. Here's one of our bundles with a flower. I loved this little card with the shoe on it. And I really felt it didn't need a whole lot more in the pocket because it had this beautiful card with the shoe. All right, we've got a little side tuck. Here's our little fold out that we did. Once again, it has writing space and some journaling cards. All right. Another little bundle of goodness. And this was one of the frames that we turned into a pocket. It's a frame that I put a lady in, and then I did back it with paper so things aren't going to get stuck. And then I had these, and I thought this would be nice. These are a kit that Rachel has, and they're basically Italian letters or Italian papers that she's printed on some beautiful, beautiful papers that, you know, I don't know if they designed them or not. We'd have to ask Rachel about that, but it's beautiful. And I like to print those out, and I make them double-sided. There's the antique paper, so there's a place to write on the back. I folded it up and put it in front of the actual Italian paper. And I think that's why they're kind of chunkier than the other one, are these. But you can always take stuff out, like you said. Here's another pocket with some lace on the bottom. One of the beautiful ladies. Coffee dyed paper. I think this is from Rachel's wallpaper document. And a lot of wallpaper in these. It's kind of cool. There's another shoe. Those seem to, they were popular at some time. I don't know what year that would have been, but there's postcard. There's another one of our ladies in the frame. I love that. That's from a Rachel kit too. Isn't that gorgeous? And then there's our envelope with, yes, an Italian paper inside. Another lady, I think she's my favorite. I love those. They're orchids, purple orchids. Beautiful. Makes a great pocket. Side tuck. Top tuck with our shoe. Our other lady, I liked her. You can't see her face, but I think that's part of her charm. All right, here's our other fold out. Like I say, you can put writing paper on there instead of a graphic. It's kind of up to you what you do. Sometimes they're just fun to look at, so I don't think you necessarily have to have writing space everywhere. Although all of these journaling cards have writing space on the back. So there are plenty of places that you can document. Here's my other shoe card. Once again, just beautiful on its own. Little bundle and a top tuck. Belly band that's decorated with one of the fans from the kit. Like I say, she has an add-on kit that has a lot of cute little add-on things that you can use. Little pictures and fans. Postcard with stamp on it. And our last page. And this one, I didn't want to do anything to the back because I just thought that was absolutely beautiful. I love the picture and the rose. Beautiful. And it'll have a ribbon on it too to keep it closed. And those will go into my shop today. So that if you want it by Mother's Day and you get right on it, get over there, purchase your document journal. There are 2. And if you go ahead and purchase them, I'd say today, tomorrow at the latest, I'm pretty sure you'll get them by Mother's Day. And they would make great Mother's Day gifts. All right. Did you stick with me? Did you? If you did, we have to make some decisions. So what journals are we doing next? That is the question. And here are my choices. We have traveler's notebooks. Typically a traveler's notebook is about this size. And I used Tim Holtz paper for this one. And then I usually put, I think it has somebody else's kit in there. Yep, that's some other, I forget who did that one. But I usually do, Artie Mays has some great traveler notebook choices. Several. They used to be a thing. I don't know if they're a thing anymore, but I like the size because they are a good size to take with you if you're documenting your trip. And I love this purple one she has. It's one of my favorites. And this is wallpaper. And I have been known to use wallpaper as a cover for my journals. So, do you want to do a traveler's notebook? There is another Artie Mays traveler's notebook kit. Perfect, I thought, for this one. I'll have to decide which kit we're going to use once we decide what we're going to do. Or, we've got traveler's notebooks, or we can do a pocket notebook. I did these when I first started out, and they're nice as well to kind of take along. This one hasn't been sewn in yet, but it's got some of, obviously, I went with a blue theme, and they're made out of paper bags. And I have 2 sizes. This is the smallest size, and then I have a larger size. And if we make these, I'll probably show you both. One's a little bigger than the other, so they would be, you'd have 2 sizes to choose from. So there's that one, and then this one was a kind of wild pink color. And it's a great way to use up scrap paper. I took a lot of my old scrap paper and used it in there. So if you like bright pink, this is one for you. Now this, you don't know they're both. I sewed around both. All right, so we've got our pocket journals and we've got traveler's notebooks. Now, let me show you. Let me show you. I did a thing. I bought a big, it doesn't even fit all on the camera. Okay, well, we'll have to figure that out if we do this. Yeah, that's here, top to bottom. I got this big book from Rachel. She did a series on big journals, and I couldn't resist. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Is that not gorgeous? That is gorgeous, and I bought all the stuff. I've already started working inside, but if this is what you want to do, I'm obviously not going to do any more until we can do it together. I found some beautiful paper, and yes, that's Italian. I found this beautiful paper, and I put it across, and then I'm going to use the actual title page from the book. Let me scooch it over. Yes, we're definitely going to have to figure out something if we work on this. 1820. Wow. It's beautiful. So that's going to be the title page on there, and then I'm going to create a hidden spine. It has a beautiful spine. Look at it. Beautiful, beautiful spine. Hopefully I'm not going to hit you in the head trying to show you all this. Okay, so we'd have a hidden spine, and I don't know about this. I don't know about this fabric quite yet. Maybe. That is a little big, but I'm thinking of having this. Okay, and it would be sewn here and then glued down. Obviously, I'm not going to be covering my title page. It would be less so that you can see the title page. All right. So maybe half of that is what I'm thinking. Well, then I have all these papers to play with. And I for sure would use my Roxy Creation document pages, and there are several kits that she has. I found a lot of the bird ones, and I pulled them out, so maybe a bird theme. And she kind of showed how to stagger the pages, and she showed how to hinge them to other pages. So I've already got some that have hinges on them that we could hinge to other pages and just make this a very interesting journal. And I can't wait to play with this one. Not saying we should do this one, but I can't wait to play with this one because this looks all kinds of fun. And I got another one that probably fits better on the camera. Oh yes, that one fits better on the camera. But I don't think it's going to be quite as interesting because it's, it's still wonderful. And it came from Rachel too. And it's got all these wonderful graphics in it. Beautiful pictures and pages. It's all intact, and it has, I don't know what this is, Rachel. Can you tell us what it looks? It has a lot of ads in it. It looks like maybe it was a book for an art museum or something, maybe. And then it has all these ads in it because there are beautiful pictures. Beautiful, beautiful pictures. But there are also all these interesting ads. Just glorious. All kinds of great things in here. Obviously, the wonderful things in here. Look at that. Oh, look at that. I just love books like this. When I go antique shopping, I'm going to see my parents in Wisconsin in a couple of weeks. And there are several antique stores that I love to go to. And I'll be on the lookout for antique books like this. I found one time in Lamar's, Iowa, I found a whole box full of German books that he sold to me for $1. $1. And boy, do I treasure those. Those are wonderful, wonderful things. So I have a weakness for books like this. Now you know. All right, so you have a choice. No pressure. No pressure. Don't let me influence you at all. Okay, we've got big Italian journals. We've got traveler's notebooks, and we have pocket journals. Which would you like to do? Let me know in the comments below, and we will get ready to get started. I'll let you know before we start so that you can gather your stuff. Okay? So, once again, you get to vote down in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for all your lovely comments. We're just growing day by day, and I'm just so excited about it. I can't wait to see what we come up with next. So until the next time, let's get crafty.